Hello and welcome. It's a good day to be on the farm. My name is Chuck, and this is a new series in Zielonka. So what I wanted to start with is showing you that I have fast forwarded almost 4 years in the game to where I wanted to actually start. Throughout that time, the main reason I did that is I planted these 160 lodgepole pines. And I recently released a video where I talked about planting these in preparation for the playground on Riverbend Springs. And I didn't know there was a third grow stage. I assumed there might be, but I hadn't seen one. So I just kind of wanted to see and plant these. So I planted 160 lodgepole pines on this field. And the real goal was actually to show you that you can use Field 53. So in my map tour of Zielonka, where I talked about best starting locations for Farm Manager, I was talking about how expensive these starting locations are. So like this one here is 800,000, and this one up here is 893,000, both of which are ridiculously expensive. So I was suggesting that you should start with this Field 53 for 359,000. But I did a terrible job at the end of the video of just scrapping together a quick farmyard where I accidentally put the shed in the middle of the field. I did use this same trailer that I placed here on the corner of the lot because I thought that actually worked out pretty well. And then I wanted to make use of the land that we had available. So you'll see a couple of things here. You probably already did. Number one, I planted 160 trees in this open area that goes from here all the way down to the river. Down here. It's more like a stream, not really even a river. And then we do own this land on the other side, right here, all the way over to that potato processing plant over there. I'm going to maybe make this a dynamic pasture at some point, or we'll plant trees there, we'll see. But then I would let these trees grow up. And while I was letting them grow up, I slowly checked the sales every month to see what we wanted to do on Field 53. And we got a couple of things in the sales. Namely, we got this water tanker on sale for about half off, and we got this truck on sale for about half off. So we're also going to do that. So I'm going to show you these. So because we got a way to do water, I made these greenhouses. So I'm going to go ahead and fill these up here and kind of show you that process as I keep talking. And then we also got some grape equipment. I guess that's filling, so I can come over here. So we were able to get this grape harvester here, the Aero Model 7175 grape liner. And because we got that, I decided to do grapes on Field 53. Makes sense, right? So I know that I want to do forestry, and grapes is something that I have never actually done in Farm Sim. So I waited till the right month when I was fast forwarding things, and I went ahead and planted a whole load of grapes, which you saw over there. Actually, you can still see kind of off in the distance here on Field 53. But grapes are expensive. So I was only able to plant, I think, 7 or 8 trellis lines of grapes. And once I start dumping this off, we'll go over there and show you. So I was able to plant, I think, 8 or 9 of these lines. And so then I wanted to see, do I have everything I need for grapes? So I did do one full growth cycle of grapes and harvested them. And then so I got the grape wine press, which is right here. So we dumped the grapes into here and the grape processing unit, and I decided just to make raisins the first time around. So we have created 2 raisins, 2 boxes, pallets of raisins from our first harvest there, which we can still do something with here pretty soon. And then I also went and got the rest of the grape stuff, because you also need to be able to trim that off once it says withered, which I had never done. And there's a little grape or a little tractor used for these that can fit between the lines, but I couldn't afford it. So I wanted to see if my tractor could make it through the lines, and it can. And then lastly, for grapes, we ended up buying this Furman tipper, which is just for grapes. So let me get this one started here, and we'll come over and I'll show you, because we're actually going to return it, and I'll tell you why. But so that's kind of the setup that we've got. And then in addition, in the sales, we also got some grass working equipment. So I did at one point lease a planter so that we could go ahead and plant a grass field. So I've done one cut of the grass just to make sure I had everything that I needed for making silage. We got a mower cheaply, and we got a baler cheaply, and we got a wrapper cheaply. We did not get a windrower, so I had to buy that full price. Anyway, this Furman tipper that I'm pulling right now is for grapes, but it's only for grapes, and you can only use, this is the only thing you can haul grapes, and you can't put them in a regular tipper. So we're really close to the shop, which is why I'm heading back here to do this. But I bought it full price as I was doing that, and of course, when I flipped to the next month, here it is, the Furman grape. This is the same one, right? Yeah, this is, ooh, this one's longer. Anyway, so this one is 72% off and holds 11,000, or excuse me, holds 12,000 liters of grapes and is $11,000. This one that we've got attached right here has never been used. So we're going to see how much of a hit we're going to take for returning it and getting the bigger one. Because then we will have literally bought all of our grape stuff on sale, which is nice. Which is an advantage when you're doing, so this one here, sorry, too many things. This Furman 6000 can't be repaired because it's never been used. So if we sell it, we get 15,087. Yes, we're just going to sell it. So anyway, I bought it full price. I think it was 20 something, so that kind of stinks, but oh well. Such is the cost of doing business. So we're going to go ahead and use that to buy this because it's bigger and it's used, and I like buying used equipment. No ladder, yes for a cover. Comes with a cover, so if it doesn't cost more, why not? All right. So this is our grape transporting unit. Now, I will say we only got 6,000 liters. Nope, 5. We got basically 2 full loads with the harvester and then like 1 strip. So a little over 5,000 liters of grapes last time, but that was unfertilized and just the first growth off the vines, which I think is less, but I'm not 100% sure on that because I've never done them before. So at the time that we did the first harvest, I didn't have the fertilizer yet, the little sprayer, and I didn't have the thing that allows you to remove the withered state from the vines. So we have now purchased both of those, and we have done 1 fertilization state on here. Let me just jump over and see. So yeah, these are now 75% yield bonus, 50% fertilized. So we will be able to fertilize them 1 more time. This is the sprayer I was talking about. So I bought this sprayer new. And then we did the same thing that we just did with the grape tank here. With the little, I want to call it a grinder, but it's probably not a grinder. So we're going to run back down to the house and just kind of show you what's up from here. I really need a shed, but that'll be part of the series, is actually getting the shed and doing all that. This right here is not a grinder. It is a, I thought it was going to tell me, but it doesn't. Anyway, we use this to get all the withered state off of here, and I'm actually going to leave that footage because we just did it in January. I'm going to leave that footage on the end of this video in a time lapse so you can watch it. I just was not 100% sure that I was going to be able to fit between those trellises with this, which is our only tractor. So until I knew for sure, I wanted to make sure, I didn't want to do it in the first video and then have it not work, because then I would have to figure out how to get a new tractor and do all that. So wanted to just kind of be set up to start our, year 1, but it's year 4. So that's the goal. And the last piece of equipment, I mean, we've got all this equipment over here, but this is what we use to plant the trees. This is what we use to mow. Here's what we use to bale. Here's what we use to windrow. Here's what we use to wrap. And here's what we use to cultivate the field so we could plant the grass, because I figured we might need to cultivate it again at some point in time. So I kept the cultivator, leased the planter. And then last piece of equipment we got was this wheel loader here. I know that we've got a bucket on it right now, but the bucket, the high dump bucket, actually came up in the sales as well. So this was on sale, this was on sale, and this trailer for the logs was on sale. So, and they're all damaged. I haven't been able to repair them yet. This one's got 33% damage. This one's got 53% damage, and this one's got 47% damage. So they all need repaired, but we'll get to that eventually. But the goal is we're going to start a farm where we're doing forestry, and we're going to do those 160 lodgepole pines and see where it gets us. So we're going to need to build the sawmill, or the little sawmill, and kind of see. And then we're going to have to get the grabber on the front of this for picking up the logs and hopefully dumping them in here and hauling them to the sawmill so we can process those. And then we'll use that green trailer to haul the things that we get out of the sawmill. So that's the goal. We're going to do, like, I started the series knowing I wanted to do trees, and we're going to let these go to the full growth stage, which we did. The sales told me to do grapes, so I agreed. So we've also planted grapes, so we're making raisins. And then we've got those, let me just go over here because this is still set up. We've got these greenhouses set up and running because we have the water equipment here in this truck and this water tank. I've been making cabbage most recently on here. So I think we're going to also try to get the preserved food factory and make some kimchi, because I believe now that we have the medium greenhouses that can make the cabbage, we have everything that we need for the kimchi recipe. But I've also never made kimchi, so we're going to see how that goes as we process. So let's see, so in a grape processing unit, we're just making raisins, except for we're out of grapes. So we have 284 liters of raisins sitting in our thing and 2 pallets we can sell. And then we have 2 greenhouses just making cabbage, and they both have, like, this one has 860 liters of cabbage, this one has 684 liters of cabbage. But I believe you need spring onions, garlic and chili peppers, and cabbage to make the kimchi, or something close to that. I don't know, we'll figure it out together. So the goal is we're going to start in the next episode, now that the tour is done, with doing some forestry. I don't have my chainsaw yet, so we're going to get a chainsaw. We're going to start cutting down trees and hopefully get the grab for that Volvo wheel loader and start getting some trees processed. And then we'll take those trees to wherever we want to put our little sawmill. If we get the little $36,000 one, we'll probably drop it right here at the end of this road, so that we can kind of drag them around the greenhouses and get there. And then we also have the rest of this land up here. So it goes to about here, wherever that road is in the middle of those 2 fields, and then heads all the way over there. So we could plant another 80 to 100 trees. We have the equipment for that. We would just need to go buy the saplings. So again, there's some things we can try, but it's going to be a forestry, kimchi, grape, silage farm, I guess is what I'm calling it. I'm just basically going to call the series Field 53 because I wanted to prove that you could make a really good farm on Field 53 on Zielonka. So appreciate you guys watching. Thanks. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up and come back for the next episode. Should be out soon. Take care. Bye-bye.